I learned that I could definitely work through chaos. And even in the chaos, I'm actually very calm. I also realized that the more vulnerable I am, uh, the better I am as well. And even, sharing things that are tough to talk about with people, with my life coach, with my family, whoever, is actually a way to kind of work through what's kind of going on in your life. And I think that's what really allowed me to push through and find the joys of basketball again, and life and everything. And coming to the Aces, you have so many people from top to bottom that just care about you as a person. So it really allowed me to embrace that aspect and really reveal my true self.
I was catching up on when you did Sue's podcast earlier, and I think you had mentioned that you weren't really sure if Vegas was going to be one of the destinations. You had a couple ideas, but when you got here and you got to be a part of that culture, just did it seem like it fit in perfectly your mentality and what you wanted to accomplish in basketball?
You never really know, when you ask for a trade. It's definitely my situation where you're gonna go, right? Like you're not really in control. I wasn't in control of the decision, and knowing that I got traded here, I mentioned, the first call I got was from Asia, and her just, on FaceTime, we were just yelling, excited to finally be teammates and share, a season together, and just watch each other be great. And so that was the first call, was from Asia, and after that, it was calls from the team, call from Jackie, call from Chelsea, and right away, this embracing of just the excitement that they had for me to be a part of, their squad. And once I finally got here, it's the same thing. It was nothing but love. I felt that from the fans, from the first game all the way to the last game. It was just a match made in heaven, honestly. Just how what I needed to heal, the environment that I needed to be in to grow and really trust, myself, but also everyone else around me. And so it was just perfect timing.
How much did you go into the decision about coming off the bench? How much of that did I guess you say, yeah, I'm all for that idea? Like I'm saying, like you went to Becky and suggested that.
Yeah, I tried it twice before, and she was like, "No." Our assistant coach Ty said the same thing. Like we were texting back and forth. I'm like, "I think we should try this." All caps, no. And I was just, seeing how the team was, seeing what we needed, trusting everyone who's been in practice, our whole teammates. I see what everyone is doing all the time, and it just made sense that I was going to go and talk to Becky and tell her right away, like, "Listen, trust me on this. Like, please let me do it." And she was like, okay. And even the next day or 2 days later, I think we had a game. And right before pregame, she walks in, she sticks her head in, she's like, so I'm like, keep it. Like, I'm coming off the bench, it's okay, And no, the trust she had in me to make that decision, but also my teammates too, was really cool. And I just, like I told her, if it didn't work, we go back. But it seemed to work.
How much did you weigh that decision of, am I making the right decision as far as, your pedigree and what you've accomplished?
I didn't really like, I just thought it just would be a good idea. I didn't really worry about, what I've done in the league, who I am in the league, what it's going to mean for my legacy. None of those thoughts were in my head. It was, what can I do to help this team win? What can we do to change the course, of where we're on? And like I said, if it didn't work, we just go back. But I just trusted, everyone on this team, and I knew we were finding a way to get it done.
What did you not know about Becky that you learned that may surprise you when you got here?
She loves trivia. I didn't know that. And if you're good at trivia, you get paid pretty well too. Like in the pot. No, but she's awesome. She knows a lot of random facts, but they're all facts of just either trial and tribulation, just random facts. And she's definitely a daredevil as well. And that's something that's really cool. And she's not afraid to be challenged. She's not afraid to challenge others. She's not afraid to grow. And it's really cool to see that as a coach. Sometimes you kind of get stuck in your ways. And for Becky, she wants to get better every single day. She wants to learn, and she wants to serve. She wants to serve others the best of her abilities. And it's pretty cool to do that.
It seemed like in the finals, she had a different game plan for each game, different adjustments each game. What does that say about her willingness to adapt?
Yeah, Chelsea kept saying like, she's not in her bag yet. She's not in her bag yet. Just wait till playoffs. And I'm like, I don't know what more she could do. She's been in her bag all season. I mean, we literally were, trying to figure things out, and she's drawing up all these plays, and playoffs come around, and you're like, wow, like she is really taking chances. She's trusting us to change defenses without practicing them. She's trusting us to go over scouts. Her ability to just execute, and the thing I always told them, like, the thing I always trust is that we're not going to get out coached. We might get, hustled here and there, but we're not going to get out coached. She has too much literally in a bag of all her notebooks and her plays and, her analytics. She has too much. And that's why she's, a Hall of Famer for many reasons, but that's definitely one of them.
The coach can overwhelm players with so much information. What does she do as far as trying to keep you guys from not feeling that way?
Yeah, she keeps things simple. As much as she throws at us, she also keeps it simple. She'll write everything on the board and has all the numbers and the matchups. And, we look at the keys and it's, defense, rebound, box out. And it's like, we do these things, we win. So as much as she gives us a lot of information, she also makes it simple and goes back to just having fun and playing.
All right, we'll hop to Zoom, a couple on Zoom. We'll start with Jackie, then we'll go to Nick. And please have your microphones ready to be unmuted, please. Thank you. Jackie, go ahead.
Hi, Jewell. Thanks for taking the time. Just building off the last few questions, what type of innovation do you feel like the Aces have brought to this league now that, we're on the team for a season?
I would have to say just, they're fearless. They're not, scared to push the needle of what players need. They're very vocal and how they want the league to look from our ownership as well. I think Mark does a great job of standing up for us as players and standing up for what he believes in, as well as every single person in this organization. The things that we do here is not for the banners, not for the trophies, not for the accolades. It's literally for the people. They put people first, and that's really hard to do when you're trying to run a business as well. But it's always business first or people first. And the first thing that when I got here and hugged Mark, he's like, "Welcome to the family." That's something that you don't always necessarily hear from an owner. From day one, we really don't meet him. We don't really know him that well, but that's how they think here, and you definitely see that.
And also, just another one here about Becky. I mean, I just wanted your thoughts on Stephen A. Smith. He made some comments saying that Becky deserves to be a coach in the NBA. And, also what you think of his comment where he says, if men can coach in the W, then women should be able to coach in the NBA. Just want to know what you think of that dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, women can do anything they want. I believe you have the capabilities to do that. Everything is based on, for me, if you're educated enough to do it and you're qualified to do it, you should be able to do it. It doesn't matter on your gender. But Becky, she has coached in the NBA. She's, played basketball around the world. She's a Hall of Famer. If you know the game, you know the game. And obviously, selfishly, we obviously want her to be here in the Aces, right? But if there's other opportunities for women to coach in the NBA, why not? Like I said, it's all about what you know, your IQ. Can you coach? Can you lead? Can you make people better? Can you grow the game? Those are the things. It shouldn't matter of your gender.
Thank you.
And then I wrap it up on Zoom.
Hey, Jewell, wanted to ask you, I noticed in game 4 you were rocking the Kobe puff coat, real tough, which was awesome. Who else inspires you and keeps you, grounded, locked in, and pours into you to make you be the absolute best that you can be on the floor?
Well, I have to give a shout out to Jackie. She got that for me for my birthday, so I had to wear it. It just made sense. She told me to, I'll know when the time is right to wear the vest. Game 4 was the right time. But I would have to say just my circle. I have friends that I grew up with since I was literally 6 months old, and we stay together and our group messages are going off, and they know me so well, and we constantly in conversations all the time. As well as just my family. I keep a really small circle on purpose because I want people who knew me before, know my tendencies, know things that other people don't, to remind me, who I am, every day. So you need reminders. Doesn't matter how great you are, you need reminders from people who really love you and know you. And so I would have to say my family, my friends, for sure. Without them, I would not be here. A lot of times I'm playing for them. The reason why I do a lot of things that I do to help them.
All right, thank you. We'll go to Caius.
All right, Jewel, congratulations again. Just two quick ones from me. One, which area of your game are you most proud of from this past season?
I would say my defense and my ability to set screens. I love screening. Obviously, it's you probably enjoy it more when you're screening for Asia, but I think those two things were something that I was really impressed with. I knew I could play that level of defense all year round, but to do that and to help our team when we needed to was something I was pretty happy with.
Got you. And then just kind of bouncing off an earlier question, how important is starting to you moving forward?
Honestly, it's not that important to me. A lot of things have changed in my life. I have a different perspective on a lot of things, and the biggest thing that I really want to focus on is just playing good basketball, whatever that looks like. Acting your team, playing your minutes when you need it, and when you have to, and just enjoying the game of basketball. A lot of times, you get so caught up in the professionalism of it, and I really want to get back to just playing like how I was like a kid. You go in and just hoop. That's what I'm really focused on. Obviously, if I need to start and that's what we need to do, I'll do that. But I'm all about what my team needs and whatever I can do to help.
Got you. Thank you.
Thanks, Zoom folks. Any reference in person?
Just one thing on the CBA, just what are you hoping one gets done, and two, what are you hoping that talks over the next few weeks accomplish before the deadline?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, from players, we want, what we've been talking about for many years. We've done everything we've been asked to do as players and give a great high quality product on the court every single night. We've done that. We've grown the game. Our fans are enjoying it. So now it's time to reap the benefits of that, of not just us, but everyone ahead of us and before us. The momentum of the league right now is so high, and it would be unfortunate if there was a lockout. But at the same time, we're going to fight for what we need, and that's the most important thing. And but the players and being vocal and advocate about it, I think hopefully things start to change.